Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to Business on News Desk. Resource governance expert at the Ghana Oil and Gas for Inclusive Growth, GOGIG, Samuel Osei-Bequin, is questioning the basis for the frequent planned shutdowns on the Jubilee FPSO Kwame Nkrumah after 10 years of oil production as a country. According to him, the shutdowns are likely to affect expected revenue generation from the petroleum sector, a situation he thinks can be avoided if the right specifications were put in place by the Jubilee partners. Samuel Bequin also called for a detailed analysis of the cost effect of the shutdowns.
It is important that as a country we need to do a detailed analysis of how that implications would affect the economy in general. And once that is done, it will help us, we as say civil society organizations and representing sort of public interest. I think it's important for the government and GMPC to come out to say that this is the number of times, this is the production we are going to lose, and there is a potential revenue that will be lost. Any amount that will be covered by insurance should be well categorized and then stated and public, so that we know that this is the impact coming, and so we are braced for such particular impact. In addition, I think Jubilee has been operating since 2010, and this is the 7th, 8th year. And if already I think we started facing this turret issue from 2015. We knew about this 2015. Already 5 years down the line, if we're having these kind of major engineering challenges, I think there is a lesson to learn from here. In terms of building other FPSOs, we need to make sure we don't face that challenges. Because money now is obviously more valuable than money in the future. It means if you're able to pump out more oil now, you get more dollars now, you're able to utilize it, than to wait for further years down the line to receive such revenues. So I think it's really important that GMPC come out very clear, do the analysis and show to Ghanaians what we have.
Is it also to say maybe the equipment used in constructing the FPSO are not of high quality? Let me just put it.
It is very, given that I'm not an expert when it comes to engineering of FPSOs, it will be very difficult for me to conclude that that was the case. Of course, there can be accident, there can be operational issues, but I think it is hard time Ghanaians start questioning this sort of, it's becoming a bit of persistent now from 2015. Problems with engineering, including compressors, including turret, which is supposed to ensure stability of the FPSO. And the additional cost is coming from the fact that because we cannot ensure the stability of FPSO, we need to always hire additional sort of storage tankers to come and offload some of these oil produced. And sometimes we have to shut down as well some days to be able to offload that oil produced to another tanker. And I think that should be questioned. That should be questioned. As a public person, if we really own the oil, we need to put these questions to GMPC and the quality of work they are doing as well, in terms of being able to ensure that further agreements signed, FPSOs being designed, are up to standards that could last for a longer term.
Has secured 175 million euros from the European Union to help transform its economy. The funding is coming under the European Partnership Joint Cooperation Strategy aimed at supporting the Ghanaian economy. To be disbursed over the next 7 years, it will target 4 key programs, including public financial management, climate change, and rural development. William Hanna is head of European Union delegation in Ghana.
The total funds were available for a certain period. And they include everything that we're doing in Ghana and regionally to try and support the EPAs, like, for example, building roads. Building roads links countries together, allows goods to flow, and so those projects are going well. So that's the infrastructure part. What we were discussing here today was new funds particularly for agriculture, and about half of our assistance is going to agriculture, and it's targeted to the north of the country. And it will be working on infrastructure such as feeder roads and dams, that type of infrastructure, which is very much needed in the north and in the upper west of the country to make sure that farmers can get their produce to market.
Can we quantify how much you've been able to draw so far from the fund in terms of the economic partnership agreement that was established for countries like Ghana that might be exposed to any shocks?
I don't have today the latest figure. The latest figure I heard was it was on target to be drawn for all of the funds to be drawn down by the end of the period. So as you know, development projects, if they're working on infrastructure, they typically have a life of 3 to 5 years. You start a road and You do the first part and then the second part, so they take a certain while. My understanding is that those projects are going well and going according to schedule, and so that all of those funds will be drawn down on time.
What do you make of the minister's comments and concerns about moving Ghana beyond aid? Are you, as a development partner, satisfied that there's some level of commitment on your partner's side to improve taxes and all the rest, to make sure that there's value for money, even with respect to what you give it to it?
Yeah. Well, as I was saying earlier, I think the move to try and change the relationship between development partners and countries like Ghana it's been over a long period, but we see definitely a commitment to this beyond aid vision.
Now, the first downstream colloquium for the year, organized by the National Petroleum Authority, is underway here in Accra, with key discussions on the country's petroleum downstream sector. The theme for the event is the petroleum downstream, then, now, and the future. Hassan Tampuli and the Energy Minister, Boache Jakon, are all scheduled to address the colloquium. We'll be bringing you updates of the event in our subsequent bulletins. That's it on Business for Now. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. Have a good morning.